guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making two different Cricut shirts. I'm going to be making a Demon Slayer one, and these two shirts are going to be for just myself that I'm going to be making. The Demon Slayer one is going to be Rengoku, and then I'm going to be making a coffee one with a skull on it, with a sugar skull on it. So those are the two designs I'll be doing. I haven't done a Cricut video in a while, so I'm going to be going through the steps of how I get the image. A lot of you have been asking how I find my images. I usually just go on Google, and then I type in the theme. Like if I'm going to be doing Rengoku, I'll type in Rengoku outline, and there's a bunch of like images that you can use and transform into SVGs on the Cricut app. So that's what I did. I found images that I liked and I wanted to print out on a shirt, so I will show you how I turn them into an SVG. And then once you turn it into an SVG, you'll be able to start cutting it. So the first thing I did was look for the image on Google. Then I saved the image, and after that I uploaded it to Procreate just because I needed to add the coffee. So when I add more than 2 images, I usually use Procreate. And then I also use it to add text and kind of manipulate the text to what direction I want it to look, or if I want it to be curvy. And then after that, I'll save the image and upload it onto the Cricut app so that I can start turning it into an SVG. So to start removing or turning it into an SVG, you'll hit the remove button, click on the areas that you want to remove, and it'll start turning it into an SVG. Once you're done, you'll hit next, and it'll save, and then you'll just have it ready for when you're ready to cut it. Another thing I wanted to share, if you're trying to split an image, you can do that by using the contour, or how I'm using it here is I'm getting a shape and then I'm slicing it and deleting the images that I don't need. So since I'm doing 2 tones, that's why I'm needing to separate the image. So the words will be in red vinyl, and then the Katrina or the sugar skull will be in white. So to slice, you'll go to the actions button and then make sure that the shape is completely over the image you want to slice. Once it's completely covering it, you'll select both the image and the shape together, and then you'll go to actions and then hit the slice button. You'll see the slice button above on the toolbar above actions. So for the next one, you can see I'm missing the center piece on the letter R. So what I do is I add my own centerpiece by getting a circle shape, and then I arrange them onto the area where I want them to be. And once they're where I want them to be, I'll go ahead and select both the shape and the square together, and then I'll hit the flatten button, and that'll make them so it becomes one. And now I am able to move it around as one piece instead of having to move the 3 pieces separately. And then you can also mess around with the colors and change the tone of the image. Like right here, I'm going to switch it to red. And my shirt is a white t-shirt, so I kind of want to see what it'll look like. And that way you can change the color is by hitting the basic cut button on the left over here. And then you can just kind of select what color you want. So right here, I'm just sizing them to what I want them to be on my shirt. I usually always go for 12, and then whatever dimension it gives me on the height. Now I'm going to show you how I insert it on the Cricut app to start making it. So once you hit the make it button, you'll want to make sure that every image is mirrored And then you'll see each of your projects on different color mats. So these are all my mats, and then now I'm going to go through and make sure that I have selected the mirror button, and it'll turn green once you select it. Once you do that, you're going to start being ready to start cutting your vinyl, so you'll want to put it on your mat and make sure that the vinyl is shiny side down on the adhesive, and then you'll just start cutting. I don't know if I've mentioned in some of my older videos, but a lot of people have asked about copyright. For me, that I just do it for myself and for my kids. If it's a gift, you're not making any profit out of it, you shouldn't have an issue with it, but I would research and find out more about it if you can before you start selling. But yeah, like I mentioned, so for this one, the first one that I'm going to do, I'm going to be doing Rengoku, and it's going to go on a white shirt, and I'm going to do 2 tones. I think I have a video showing how to apply 2 tones, but I'll show you here on this video as well. So it's going to have image in the front and then an image on the back, and I showed you already how to turn the image into an SVG using the Cricut app. So I'll be showing you how I cut it now. Okay, so now that you have all you're going to go and I always like to just double check and make sure that my mirror button is still turned on. And they are, so you'll want to go to next, and then I have to turn on my machine, so I'm going to go to turn my machine on, so you'll and so now that it's on, you'll go ahead and connect it, which is Maker. Oh. So you'll connect it, and then once it connects, this will turn a blue color. And that means it's connected, so now you'll go back and hit next. And then you'll want to select what type of material you are using. I'm using the Everyday Iron-On. And then again, it just reminds you to make sure your mirror button is turned on. And then when you apply it to the mat, the shiny side is down. So we'll go ahead and put our first vinyl, which is going to be the skull one. We'll need about 8 inches by 6.5. So we'll go ahead and do 6. And then for the gold, I'm going to need 12 by 7. I'll go ahead and just, these are already pre-cut, so I'll just use this one. I have all my vinyl cut already. Now I'm going to weed it, and this is going to be a while, so I will probably finish the shirts tomorrow if I don't get to them today. But I'll show you real quick how I weed them. This is the coffee one. So what I do is I try to save as much as I can of the vinyl that didn't get used for smaller projects that you might need, like a small piece. And then the rest I just weed. So you just lift it gently so you don't end up picking up, in case it didn't cut good, you don't end up picking up one of the letters by accident. And I'm actually going to cut it down the middle just because it'll be easier for me to weed it that way. For some of the detailed images, like the comic one for Rengoku, I like to look back at the image and reference to see what I need to remove. But like this one is more simple. I don't really need to have a reference on what needs to be removed. But that kind of helps if you go back and look at the image to get an idea of what you should be removing. So once it gets to be too much, you can cut the excess and continue. So this is what I'll be doing to all of these. Once I weed them, I'll come back and show you how they ended up, and then we'll go on to pressing them on the t-shirts. the Rengoku shirt that I made. And it's the two-tone. I did red around, and then I did the symbol of Rengoku in the middle. And then the back has like a little comic strip. Two different designs, one on the back and then one in the front. But this is what it turned out. The dead but caffeinated, dead inside but caffeinated shirt that I did. And this one I didn't put anything on the back. I might do it later on if I find something that I might want to put on the back. But this is that one. And I really like how this one turned out with the logo on the back and the front. But yeah, that was pretty much it, guys. Let me know down below if you have any questions. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.